the Nigerian police, as well as the Nigerian army, most especially in northern Nigeria. Over 50 people killed. Yes, they've admitted to just one. And for that one, they gave the father 300,000 naira. And we believe that's the compensation. So the father is asking them for justice. They said they've arrested the soldier that shot 16-year-old Sulaiman. Yeah. 16-year-old Sulaiman Mohammed, by the way. So they've arrested him, but they've never really given us any details about him. So there are those who remember them. 2 days ago, it was concluded that the last 3 days of the protest is going to be to mourn the people killed, and at the same time to re-strategize. They are not like stopping anyone or group of people to still go out there, and people did go out. I'm going to show you that. They still continue it, right? So now that it is day 9 and second day of mourning, so there are already offshoot mobilization going on, where you get to know that this is not over. So from Nigeria today, I bring you this. So this is going to be from across Nigeria, especially Abuja, Kaduna, Ibadan, Warri, and what else? Then Alausa, Ojota. I'll show you. Let's go.
Say They must go, they must go. They must go, they must go. They must go, they must go. They must go. They must go, they must go.
Voilà, on est à couvert soignant. Yo, vamos tuas aí, vá. Ok?
Onye ọbụla na-azụ isi onwe ya, onye ọbụla na-azụ isi onwe ya, agbenu n'ebe ma ogbenye n'ebe o.
Obodo ga na-achịpụ.
Agbenu n'ebe ma ogbenye n'ebe o.
Obodo ga na-achịpụ.
A cup of rice is now 1,000 naira.
Obodo ga na-achịpụ.
1 cup of beans, 800 naira.
Obodo ga na-achịpụ.
Common garri is no longer common.
Obodo ga na-achịpụ.
Keep sharing the life. Our target is 1,000. We are getting there.
Yes, because right now it seems that it is time to unlock phase 2 of the protests. You know what is called the calm before the storm. That is what you are currently experiencing as we speak. Don't let anybody use propaganda to tell you that it's over. No, it's not. Currently, the protesters are mourning those killed by Tifnumbu and still giving him time to shut the rogues, the ass lickers that he appointed, shut them up from talking to the people. And see, reverse policies is what people are asking for. I am somebody that I really feel for the people. I feel, I feel stronger because I have I have a very strong connection with the people in Nigeria. Yeah, I am Mayegun. I'm just like a melting pot for everybody who has something, any stone to grind with Nigeria. Yeah, this is the melting pot. So you see that connection? I get to hear people's stories directly. I get to kind of report the injustices, the systemic injustice against the people. So I have a lot of connection there that is very strong. So I'm in a very good position to say even if you have captured people, even if they want to remain as slaves and you want to remain as masters, this is not how to go about it. What will happen is that the people will always win and you will lose. You, the ruling class. If you press people, if you press people too much, there's going to be a time that they're going to lose it. A lot of people have been waiting for such time. And sometimes every now and then they feel like, oh, maybe this is the time. There are still signs of, you guys are the luckiest politicians in the world. Nigeria criminal politicians, you are the luckiest. Nigerians are the easiest people to lead. But you are beating more than you can chew. And all these signs, they are just of yours to take and use them to your own good now, which is, not that I really do, I know that I care. I just want to make sure that those who are watching me, they're not going to be like, it's like you are just happy. You are happy that this is happening. It is not going to be a case of whether I am happy or not. So I am here to remind all of you that this wouldn't have been any issue at all. All they are asking for is reverse these policies to start with. There are other demands. There are some that you can use right now to kick the can of your destruction and the entire establishment. You can kick the can down the road a little bit for like maybe a year, another or two, or even 3. I know sometimes when you say this, it's more or less like you are just talking to the wall. They believe that Nigerians are already captured. All of these songs that we are doing, it's just mental gymnastic. Nothing will happen. Okay. In that case, when the anarchy hits, Abobaku, you know, say we don't like ourselves. I don't like you, you don't like me. So we don't pretend about it. Now they want, so I don't pretend about that. Okay. So when I say I want to see you destroyed, I'm not talking about physical destruction. I'm not a violent person. No, I'm not a violent person. Like for real, I detest that. Okay. When I say I want to see Tifnubu and gang and the entire thing destroyed, I mean, that leverage they believe they have over us because they have guns that they can control and command. There's something that gave them that. It is this, this false contraption, Nigeria. Okay? So if their actions have made a lot of us to mentally secede from Nigeria, yeah? The best you would wish for is for these guys to continue to do things that will accelerate the destruction of that establishment. And people like them who have to pay for all they have done. I've said this before. I am part of the people who believe that some of these guys, very soon, they will pay dearly. And you see those ones that are dead, if they can look back, they will continue to be grateful to death for taking them away. You get what I mean? Because that's the only thing that will kind of save them. The wrath of the people you've pressed down for too long. When it's boomerangs, right? You can't control it. But you may give yourself a sense of, yeah, we are in control. No, you're not. You're only in control of the narrative, not the reality. Now, if the reality is different from the narrative you are pushing, that means you're still deceiving yourself. I'm talking to those ones in charge of your contraption there. Nigeria is more divided than ever. No thanks to these criminals. Why don't we just make it official? Kill the establishment that created this contraption called Nigeria. And everybody go their separate ways. But in the absence of that, they want to keep the slave camp and the slaves slaving. Fine. But in history, it is not just about the horrific treatment that slave owners meted on their slaves. That is just the fine story that the slave masters at the time possibly regaled themselves with, or the history they wrote about themselves, where they enjoyed that, and then those who are the victims of that slavery always rule the history of slavery and the rest of that, right? But there's something there they probably always leave out. When the slaves revolt, they don't revolt to run away. Slaves that revolted, their masters never leave to tell the tale. So if the criminals in Nigeria thinks they are slave masters and all these are just talk, and we know some of their own humbled slaves that also repeats the same thing. Oh, this is your talk. Why don't you come back home? We don't have to. This is 2024. Okay? You can live in denial of your world. Like I said, living in lie or living in denial to push a narrative that doesn't correlate with the reality means you are still fooling yourselves. And when this is going to blow, you are likely going to be the victims that the whole revolution will claim. Those of you that are fooling yourselves about Nigeria, somehow, you are repeating the same rhetoric of these criminals. Now you're going to get to that stage too, where your slavery is not going to be slaving anymore. But right now, there are voluntary slaves. Indeed, these guys are not using any voodoo on them. The only weapon on them is poverty or the fear of it. With human greed, people raised in poverty. The fear of returning to it the moment you join the looting gang. Or even the dream of you leaving poverty and joining the looting gang will automatically secure your loyalty. Because it's all about what you're going to get from it. Whether you're going to get it or not, it won't matter. So there are people who are voluntarily recruiting themselves for their slave masters, defending the lie. So having that narrative is not going to be enough for you soon. Because reality is catching up with everyone. Here is what Obasanjo had to say. You better listen to these guys. I pray they don't.
What is the word? It's legitimate. As I said, you are what you are today because you are a Nigerian. I am what I am today because I'm a Nigerian. So why should they be Nigerian and be languishing in poverty? Why? And then they make demand for that. And we are not listening to them. They make demand for that, and we are treating it with levity. We are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. They are frustrated, they are desperate, they are angry, they are hungry, they are unemployed, they are in abject poverty. What do we expect? Those boys and girls that have tried to go over the Sahara and go over the Mediterranean, they had 3 hurdles to cross. The Sahara, the ill treatment in the Mediterranean country on this side, whether it's Algeria,
Libya and Co.
or Libya or wherever, they go through hell. Then the Mediterranean. Then when they landed on the other side, some of them came here. I listened to them and I was weeping. Now, why should they go through that? Because what you and I have not given them the attention that they deserve. And that's it.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger. Because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make our own life.
You complain about insecurity, right? You complain about unemployment, right?
Yes.
You complain about the fact that, oh, we are hungry, right?
Right.
You say we want to protest, right?
Right.
You say, oh, you don't have medical facilities, right? You say you don't have good schools and good teachers, right? You say minimum wage, right? It's right.
Can't solve all the problems.
So like Obasanjo said, even though he's part of the whole thing, you see, one thing about leadership is to be able to see a future. And if you can't see a future, then you create one. That's the purpose of leadership. Obasanjo became greedy. He's very old now. He can't do anything anymore. He's joined the rest of us who are wailing about a country. That's somebody who had all of the power. But greed setting. The rest is history. And same goes for all of them. Where, each one after the other is worse. You see, the one that succeeds is always worse than the one before it. Then the worse again, and the worse again, and the worse again. That's the problem of that's the creation of the system. It is not an accident. It is not coincidence that you are always going to be led by criminals. That is what that system created. If you don't destroy it, Obasanjo wanted to remain. He's calling on his colleagues that you better do something. We are going to lose this structure. We're going to lose this establishment too. After that, nobody knows what's going to be the aftermath, though. Once we lose this establishment, we lose the control. We just don't know what's going to happen next. Maybe they will start coming to our houses and start killing us. They are frustrated, they are angry, and they are all running away. I said something about, instead of risking your life, right? Let's assume that you know about somebody says, give me 500,000 naira. I'll take you to Italy by road. And you'll be hearing about it all the time. You're desperate and all of that stuff. Or somebody. Or even if not you, they do that contract for people, because some people will be here watching this broadcast. And we are talking about terrorists. They are terrorists. We are talking about kidnappers, and they are kidnappers. We are talking about, fraudsters who are looking for people to prey on and then, steal from. They are here. As all of us are condemning the criminal politicians, they are condemning them with us too. I'm not going to say for sure, so I'm just saying that I want to believe that, this is the internet where you don't know who is watching. Right? Some of you, they here too. Maybe say, should I be saying some? Okay. Some will watch this video, right? And indeed, They will condemn these criminals with us, but they are human traffickers. They are there, luring poor people into perilous journeys. But we are all here condemning these criminals that we know, the criminal politicians. You get what I mean now, right? We have people who are defrauding people. Come and travel, come and travel. And a lot of that. And all of us still gather together to say, these people are evil. These politicians are our enemies. And stuff like that. So I want to say this to you, that whether you know somebody who is doing human trafficking, Europe by road, and all of that, where younger people, take a look at this video.
Oh, another. Oh, oh.
That is Mediterranean Sea.